You know the exact feeling. A goal is set, the motivation is high, you sit down at the desk fully intending to execute the plan and change your future. But then a notification lights up. You reach for the phone just to check it quickly. Suddenly, 45 minutes have vanished into thin air, and that initial fire to work is completely gone. Here is the cold, uncomfortable truth. Your attention span is not naturally dying, it is actively being hijacked. Modern screens act like digital slot machines disguised as productivity tools, feeding the brain constant, effortless rewards. When the brain becomes addicted to this instant stimulation, sitting down to do actual meaningful work feels like pushing a refrigerator uphill. Most people assume the solution is just trying harder, wishing for more motivation, or beating themselves up for being lazy. But relying on motivation is the exact reason goals fail. If the objective is to build laser-like focus and actually achieve the goals set for this year, the entire approach must change. Today, this video will reveal the exact evidence-based blueprint to completely bulletproof your focus. By understanding the neurological secrets of attention, mastering environmental design, and flipping a hidden psychological switch, the days of drifting and distraction end right now. To understand focus, you must first understand why the current strategy is failing. Consider the story of two different mindsets when January 1st rolls around. The first mindset buys new planners, watches motivational videos, and relies entirely on feeling hyped up. For a week, it works, but the moment the weather gets cold or the brain feels tired, the excuses start piling up. The timing isn't right today, let's start tomorrow. The second mindset doesn't rely on hype or vision boards. The work gets done regardless of the mood. Why? Because the approach shifted from feeling-based action to identity-based action. Science backs this up. In a psychological study on voting, researchers asked one group, "Will you vote?" and another group, "Will you be a voter?" The group asked if they would be a voter was significantly more likely to cast a ballot. Will you vote is just an action, but will you be a voter ties the action to a core identity. To stay intensely focused on a goal, it must be tied to an identity. When distraction calls, the question is no longer, "Do I feel like working?" The question becomes, "What would the disciplined version of a person do right now?" The disciplined version does not waste the evening scrolling. They show up and execute, building proof of their new identity. But even with a rock-solid identity, focus will ultimately shatter if the invisible force surrounding it is ignored. Here is a brutal reality about human psychology. Nobody actually chooses what to pay attention to. The environment makes the choice for them. If a chocolate cake is left on the kitchen counter, no one deserves a medal for eating it. It is the easiest, most rewarding option available in the room. If the phone is sitting face up next to a keyboard, the exact same principle applies. The brain is wired to seek the path of least resistance. If a device offering endless dopamine is within arm's reach, the brain will choose it over the hard work 100 times out of 100. To fix focus, deploy the strategy of weaponized boredom. The workspace must be designed to be significantly less stimulating than the actual goal. Strip the noise from the room. The phone must be placed in another room entirely. Remove the visual clutter, the notifications, and the easy escape routes. When the environment becomes beautifully boring, the brain stops craving the distraction because the distraction is no longer convenient. If the only two options in the room are staring at a blank wall or working on the goal, the brain will choose the goal simply to escape the boredom. Order on the outside creates absolute calm on the inside, and calm is the exact environment where focus thrives. With the environment cleared, it is time to look at the undeniable data behind goal achievement. A study from Dominican University found that simply writing a goal down makes a person 42% more likely to actually achieve it. but writing it once and forgetting it in a drawer is a mistake. The written goals must be reviewed daily to hack a part of the brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS. The RAS acts as a filter for the brain. When a specific goal is reviewed constantly, the RAS physically alters what the brain notices throughout the day, highlighting opportunities and filtering out useless distractions. Even with the goal written down, the friction of starting can feel heavy. The brain loves comfort, and the moment a difficult task is approached, the mind will start negotiating. To break this paralysis, use the 5-second override. Popularized by Mel Robbins, this rule states that the moment hesitation kicks in, a countdown must begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. The physical movement must happen before the brain has the chance to invent a logical-sounding excuse. Open the laptop, put on the running shoes, or start writing the first sentence. The brain cannot negotiate if the body is already in motion. There is a final mechanical trap that destroys focus daily, and it has to do with the order of operations. Most people live their days in this sequence: stimulation, comfort, and then they try to work. They check social media, watch a video, and then expect their brain to focus on a difficult project. But effort feels excruciatingly painful when the brain has already received its reward. If the most stimulating thing happens before the effort will always feel impossibly heavy. The sequence must be reversed: work first, relief second, reward last. Delaying the dopamine hit trains the mind to associate the difficult effort with the upcoming reward. Protect the first hours of the day from artificial stimulation. Do the hardest task first when your willpower battery is completely full. If starting still feels too overwhelming, the task itself is too big. The brain does not resist effort, it resists feeling trapped. Do not commit to working for 4 hours. Commit to working for just 10 minutes. Shrink the requirement down to 1 paragraph, 1 email, or 1 push-up. Once the initial friction is broken through with a micro-win, momentum takes over, and momentum creates its own motivation. At any given moment, every person on Earth is acting as one of 2 identities: the architect or the consumer. Consumers react to their environment. They wait for the perfect mood, they complain about a lack of time, and they let distractions design their days. Architects, on the other hand, design their outcomes. They concentrate their focus, they lock their variables, and they build their future regardless of how they feel. Imagine lying on a deathbed looking back at the trajectory of a lifetime. In that final moment, the excuses about being tired or the notifications that felt so urgent will mean nothing at all. The only thing that will matter is whether the potential inside was fully realized or if it was traded away for temporary comfort. The next 6 months will pass regardless of what is chosen today. One path leads to looking back and wondering where the time went, while the other leads to an unrecognizable level of progress. Take the phone out of the room, write down the target, count down from 5, and take the first step. The time to stop drifting and start designing begins right now.